Well, hello. Welcome to my first pandemic vlog. We're out here in my backyard today. And for those of you who are interested in the technical aspects of this video, we're shooting it with the Lumix S1R, not their video-oriented camera, but still one that's got a really big full-frame sensor. The microphone I'm using is a Deity lav mic. It's wired, but it has a 15-foot cord. And the big test of the day will be all the cars that are running back and forth behind me. Are they loud in this video? If they aren't, then I'm going to be really thrilled, and we'll make sure that I put a link for this lav mic, because it's only $50 from Amazon, so it's very inexpensive. So hopefully it minimizes all the noise. An interesting point, this street behind me, when the pandemic first started, there was no cars on it at all. And typically there's a few, except on Saturdays when it tends to be busy. But recent weeks, there are many more cars running up and down this road. I don't know where they're going. I'm not going anywhere, but they're busy. I think that's some kind of UPS truck that just went by. So the big question remains, as I just said, how's the sound? Hopefully this lav mic will minimize the noise from the cars and make it more focused on what I'm going to tell you. And I really don't have that much to tell you. This is basically a response to a question I got that was in my Ask Me Anything blog post. I'll put a link to that. And the question one of the readers had was, why aren't I doing more of these? And I gave my reasons, although maybe they weren't the best reasons, but they were the true reasons. So we're giving it a try today. And now we have an airplane flying overhead. So we have airplanes, cars. It's a laugh a minute out here in my backyard, which is usually a very quiet and peaceful place to be, except right now. What I have here is a couple of the cameras that I've been using. If you saw my review on the EOS M6 Mark II, it's a camera I really like, and Canon seems to have really gotten the message regarding the size of mirrorless cameras. This is a very compact camera. Unfortunately, Canon hasn't seen fit to put really good lenses or a big bunch of lenses for this camera. Although I'm told there's one that's supposedly a prime lens, supposed to be pretty good. I did test the 3 different ones that Sigma makes for this camera, and I found them to be quite amazing. And unfortunately, as I've mentioned in my blogs many times, after I test lenses, they have to be returned to the manufacturer, and they are back with Sigma. And they're not in my budget right now to get any one of those. Although I really would like to get the 56, because I would like to try this camera in a studio setting, and I'm hopefully having a photo shoot with Maria Cedar next month. But maybe I can borrow a 56 for that shoot, because I'd really like to see how this would do in the studio. This is a terrific little camera. It doesn't get the love that it really deserves, I think. And we'll see. If you want to see a vlog that I made with it, if you go to the Shutterbug review on the camera that I did, there's a walk around the lake up here, Bingham Lake. I've talked about Bingham Lake a lot. This gives you a walk around most of it, not all of it. And it's all handheld. Shows what a capable little camera this is. And for anybody interested in both still pictures, which it does a heck of a good job of that too. So this camera I really like. It's not mine, it's on extended loan from Canon. And now we're having somebody with a very loud car making lots of thumping noises with their audio system. Did you guys hear that? I can't wait to hear it myself when we go back and look at this in post-production. The camera I really did buy is this one. This is a Lumix G9 with a third-party battery grip, so I can shoot verticals like this, which is how I like to shoot portraits in my studio. And we'll be using this also with the Maria C to shoot next month. So look for a post about that. And right now I've only used it to shoot cars. I was really pleased with it. I found that when shooting cars, the battery grip makes it a little heavy for me. And that's because I'm using two batteries, one in the body and one in the grip. I may pull one of the batteries out for my photo shoot with Maria and see how it goes. If I shoot cars with it again, I guarantee I'm not going to use the grip. Although this has a real live flippy screen. And speaking of flippy screens, if you notice all the gyrations at the beginning before we got into this video, that's because the Lumix S1R does not have a flippy screen. It has a tilting screen that works pretty good, but I cannot see what I'm shooting right this minute. So I made a bunch of tests and I put them together in a kind of a who knows if it's whimsical opening to show you what I went through to try to get myself into the frame in some kind of rule of thirds way. Hopefully, who knows? It's anybody's guess. But the S1H has a flippy screen because it's the video-centric version of this camera, and I believe the S5 has a flippy screen, but don't quote me on that. I haven't had an S5 in my hand. It looks like a very interesting camera. There are those people who assume because the size of the S5 is very close to the size of the GH series cameras, that Micro Four Thirds system cameras, that people will gravitate to the full frame S5 as opposed to the Micro Four Thirds GH series or even the G9. But here's the difference, and I had a conversation with my pal Barry Staver about this yesterday. He's a die-hard Micro Four Thirds shooter, and this is the deal. These lenses are not very big. That makes the whole, even though the camera itself, like the S5 compared to a GH5, might not be all that difference in size, the size of the optics is a big difference, much smaller. And also the size of the cost. We're looking at multiple $1,000 to get started with even the Sigma lenses. And I'll put some links down below on the Sigma lenses, the prime, some of the, no, they were two zooms that I tested for the L system mount. And I found them to be superb lenses, not inexpensive, and large, especially when used with a camera like the S1R. This is all your call. My wife, when I handed her the S1R with the kit lens that's on it, she said, well, this feels great. I handled it, I thought, isn't this kind of big? So I know that my friend Cliff, the lives around the corner, terrific portrait photographer, he likes larger cameras because he mostly shoots on a tripod. And the S1R is sitting on my Manfrotto tripod as we speak. So this has been kind of a rambling, what the heck is he talking about? But mostly an answer to the readers who say, why haven't you done any vlogs? Well, what I'm planning on doing, this is the first of a series of vlogs of testing to see what gear is going to give me the best and also the easiest thing to shoot. So today we're using the full frame S1R Lumix with the lav mic from, well, that's a big truck, the lav mic from Deity. And hopefully it sounds good. If it sounds good, we'll carry the Deity over to the next test, and that will be with the Canon M6 Mark II. And we'll see how that goes. If that goes well, we'll try it with a G9 and see. And I'll compare the results, and I'll make a decision going forward. So This is a pandemic vlog of sorts, part one of a 3-part series of what's going to be my setup for future vlogs. And I thank you for your time, and I thank you for taking the time to watch this thing and following me and reading my blog. Thanks a lot.